the joy of including everyone. In other words, only if we appreciate our differences can we create an enjoyable work environment for everybody to be able to perform to the best of their ability. Now, if we all remember from the morning session, I did say that we would speak about more in depth the situation at this moment in time that was originally introduced by the European Commissioner Dalli, Helena Dalli, who in May 2023 invited everybody to be more participant in diversity and inclusion. Now, fundamentally, one of the issues that we are seeing and we anticipated also was this idea of the gender pay gap. Okay, I return to the original statement. It is true that we are working in an environment where financial compensation, so salaries, are important. They always will be important, but they are not the predominant factor people now consider when choosing a job, essentially. Now, it's important that we have in place other incentives for workers, so there could be a better idea of training, a more established workplace environment where everybody is considered to be equal, included, and valued and appreciated, which is very important. What does this lead to? This leads to a change also in management styles. Okay? If it's true that the workers of today are different from the workers of the past, it must also be true that the management style must change from the past to now. We've seen a new trend in management styles being adopted called gentle leadership. Okay? Leaders are more prepared to listen to workers or employees, are more prepared to ask an important question, which is, what can the company do for you, as opposed to what can you do for the company? Okay? So we have this idea of a more collaborative and mutual beneficial exchange of services and ideas, right? The employee gives better performance, new ideas, are more innovative. In return, managers or leaders must provide a work environment which can stimulate the employee. The fundamental issue we are seeing now is one of the main barriers that continues to be prevalent in Europe is also the barrier of gender pay gap. So, I have some statistics on the screen, and I'll go through a couple of them with you, talking about gross average earnings for 2023. These statistics were actually done by the German Institute of Statistics, and they talked about the average earnings for a man being at €25.30 per hour, compared to a woman of being €20.84 per hour. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask a very dangerous question here, so be prepared, and hopefully somebody will be able to comment on this as well. So what? What's the big problem if we're having men earning more than women? We imagine that it reflects the reality that men work more than women, correct? I'm opening up to this question to everybody.
As a data scientist, I need a bit more context information. Let's say, is it the same role, or is it due to the, let's say, the maternity leave? as a data scientist, I would, if it's the same role, the same difference, then it's definitely something that demotivates our counterparts, let's say like this, in the working environment. Yeah. So, but as a data scientist, first I'm asking this: how the data was collected.
Okay.
But I believe this is correct. So I mean, correct in terms of data providers, not correct in terms of reality.
It's a very good point. On average, the statistics that we're looking at today are usually for the same role. So a man who has a particular role compared to a woman of the same role will earn more on average than the female counterpart. Okay? Let's eliminate the factor of gender from the equation. Okay? If you work in a company and you have a colleague who has the same position as you, and this colleague earned automatically per hour €5 more than you, so at the end of the year earns a substantial amount of money more than you, would this be a problem for you personally, knowing that a person who does exactly the same job as you earns more money? Question. Let's see if anybody will answer in the comments. So you find out a person in your company who has the same role as you earns more money. Problem yes or problem no?
Problem yes.
Problem yes. I see some problem yeses.